welcome to Exploring the Holos. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Project 2025, and you may have heard about this in the media, or you may have not. It's going to be something that you will be hearing more about as we get closer to the election, and in my opinion, it's a little bit scary. So, let's get into it. What is it? What is Project 2025? It's technically known as the Mandate for Leadership. That is the actual name for it. But it's more widely known as Project 2025. It's an over 900-page long playbook for authoritarianism. It's a complete retooling of our government and an effort to subvert the Constitution that we have now and rewrite everything in a more theocratic, theocratic type of government. And I'm going to give you just a few examples of what's in this. And number one, they want an expansion of presidential power. The executive branch will be taking power away from Congress and away from the courts. So almost everything will be done expressly by the president, which in 2025 they're hoping will be Donald Trump. All the federal bureaucracies would be placed under the control of the president, including the Department of Justice. Number three, replacing career political employees with appointees that are loyalists. So this means that regardless of the experience or knowledge or the ability to do the job, the loyalty of the people to the president or the party is all that matters. And Trump kind of did this in the past. So it doesn't really matter what skills they have as long as they're loyal to Trump. Number four, attacks or discrimination on the LGBTQ plus community, and calls to maintain a biblically based definition of marriage and family. So they want to get rid of gay marriage, and they want to go back to what it says in the Bible. This totally undermines the separation of church and state. So again, they're going against the Constitution to rewrite the fundamental laws of our government, or I don't know the word I'm looking for, the fundamentals of our government is the separation of church and state. The people came here to get away from the church and the monarchy, which is basically the king was appointed by God, right? So the people came here because they wanted freedom from all that. And number five, they want to cut funding for all clean and renewable energy, and they want to increase oil and coal production because this makes money for the people who own stocks in coal and oil. And number six, they want to use the FDA to go after reproductive rights. Number seven, they want to make more tax breaks for corporations. Number eight, they want to repeal many parts of the Affordable Care Act. 40 million plus American citizens depend on the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, for their health insurance. Number nine, bans all adult movies and images, including OnlyFans. I can see there being a lot of problems with that. Number 10, eliminates the Department of Education. Just let that sink in for a minute. Completely eliminates the Department of Education. Number 11, rethinking of American support for the Kurds. Number 12, limits the EPA to cost-beneficial solutions only. So they only want to protect the environment as long as it's done the cheapest way possible. 13, wants to focus more on China and not worry about what Russia's doing. They're not much of a threat, you know. China, China, China. Let's just worry about China. And less aid to NATO. So basically, we want them to just fend for themselves, and we're not going to worry about Russia being a threat. And then we're also not going to help NATO as much. That could also be a problem too. Number 14, they want to get tough on Venezuela. 15, when it comes to the Department of Labor, it says, and this is a quote in here, the Judeo-Christian tradition, stretching back to Genesis, has always recognized fruitful work as integral to human dignity, as service to God and family. And then it says they want to rescind all regulations prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, transgender status, and sexual characteristics. 16, they want to defund PBS and the NPR because they are fair and balanced and they're not run by corporate lackeys and lobbyists. So this is just a small amount of the right-wing agenda that we have to look forward to. You're going to start hearing more about this. It's time to educate yourself on what could be our future. Civil engagement is your responsibility. Register to vote and remember to vote. Let reason be your guide. Ad astra, my friends.